Thoughts on being named captain?
I'm still kind of starstruck, kind of speechless about it. Being a junior captain, be voted by your peers means everything to me. That probably the biggest accomplishment I had here so far.
How did you find out?
We had a team vote Saturday in the team room, and coach went and tallied up the votes, came back and announced the captains.
Devin, it's been a few years since he was a junior captain.
I was surprised. I was kind of, like I said, I was speechless. It still ain't hit me yet.
Devin, Ben was saying that guys are taking more ownership. Jim Harbaugh was mentioning a lot of players kind of emerging, and Terry told me of like a players only meeting. What was like that whole process of that you guys kind of just taking more ownership of the team?
Coach was just like, it's our team. Coach, players play, and when it all comes down to game day, we're gonna be on that field, not coach. So we had to take it upon ourselves, to all get on the same page.
What was that players only meeting like?
It was just a lot about accountability. Let's not leave any regrets this year, and let's not be the team that said we shoulda, coulda, or woulda.
Terry mentioned that that you guys had mentioned concerns. He called them in-house. Did you have any personal concerns coming into this year in terms of leadership and ownership?
Not as much, but I know what Tyree's talking about. And I was just things about, like I said, people just being accountable. People having to grow up and be mature.
A lot of times you only see senior captains. Your thoughts about being a junior and reaching that level?
It means everything. Probably, like I said, my biggest accomplishment here, and I think that's something that'll stick with me forever.
Is there a captain that you've had here before that you'll pull from and try to lead like that?
Mike McCray, probably the guy named. The guy I modeled my game about. I learned a lot from and played with, a whole year. So that'd probably be the guy.
What did he do in terms of leadership that you liked?
He was a guy, man. He didn't do too much talking. He wasn't that talkative guy. When you hear captain, you hear a guy that always is being vocal, being heard. He's a guy that leads by example more than he talks.
What advice is he giving you? Because I know he's in the building.
And man, Mike's here and they give me tips and. Mike, like I said, Mike doesn't do too much talking, but if he sees something, he'll address it. He'll pull me to the side.
I guess I meant of being captain.
Of being captain,
role, yeah.
Just be you. Why change anything? If you was let the captain be who you was, why would you change?
Devin, you mentioned coach kind of encouraging you guys to take more ownership. Is that different than the previous couple of years in your coach role?
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, just being. Just being those people on the team, be able to talk to the team. Coaches can talk all day, and people are used to coaches talking all day. So hearing it from a person of your peer, I think it really hits your head more than a coach would.
There are those pictures out there, the before and after pictures, and you're one of them.
Yeah.
Do you kind of look at those and think, wow yourself that you've come
a ways? Yeah, I didn't even know I looked like that in my before picture. So, seeing the after picture, it gives you more confidence, honestly. I give big thanks to Coach Herb and his staff.
You obviously go way back with Devin Gill. How much has he progressed from when you played high school ball with him to this point?
He got a lot more better in the scheme, and he's playing at a high level right now, and he's doing a great job running and pass and blitzing. So his blitzing got a lot better actually, and his pass rush got a lot better.
Watching Notre Dame so far, what numbers or names pop out at you on offense that you're going to have to respect?
Obviously, Winbush, the quarterback. He's a guy they go through. He's the offense, and everything goes through him. So we stop him, we stop the whole offense.
Who do you see stepping up at receiver with 3?
I like Nico Collins. He's a deep threat. He a big 6'5". He big 6'5" guy, high point the ball. He got speed and he could do it all.
In what ways could this defense be better than last year's defense?
Maturity, experience. We all come back. We lost Mike McCray. We lost Mo Hurst, and just all being with each other last year. We all know what to expect now. Everybody was young last year. Everybody was just learning out as they was going. So coming back, everybody knows what to expect, and everybody's on the same page.
Devin, with that said, how much of that was part of the conversation when you guys were talking about leadership and ownership? Without, Mo obviously was a big factor here. How much of that, Mike McCray, how much of that was a factor when you guys were talking about?
That was a big factor, but that was something that was addressed, I probably want to say in December. You know, once the bowl game, you know, happened, it was over, we all knew, you know, what we had to do, you know, to go on this next year to be better than we was that year.
Being from South Florida, I know Notre Dame has a lot of history with specifically Miami. I don't know how much you watched them growing up, but do you have that same kind of animosity that a lot of other South Floridians have?
Just to go in the South Bend, somewhere I've never been before, and you hear about Touchdown Jesus and everything like that. You know, just going into a whole nother atmosphere, you know, you always excited, and, you know, I just can't wait till Saturday.
How much trouble do you think Zach Gentry will be able to give defenses this year?
A lot of guys don't know, but he's fast to be as tall as he is, and he can go get that rock. So,
Devin, what was your reaction when you heard about Tariq?
Tariq, man, that was heartbreaking. You know, a guy that got hurt last year, and you know, sat out the whole season. You know, worked his butt off the whole off season. You know, extra therapy, extra weights, and just to get hurt, 6 days before the game, man, you kind of just feel for him. It's kind of hard just to, you know, look him in his face and tell him everything's gonna be all right, and you know, keep your head up. You know, it's hard.
It was during the scrimmage, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was, but I think it was during honestly just him running routes.
Okay.
Devin, where have you seen this offense improve? I mean, how much closer is it to closing the gap with where the defenses are?
They've grown a lot as a unit, you know, sticking together and, you know, being on that same page. And I want to say Ben Bredesen was a huge asset to that. You know, Shea coming in and being the person he is, you know, he also created that bond. And I think the offense this year is just a lot closer and a lot more on the same page than it was last year.
Does that help the defense?
A lot. It gives you more confidence. You know, it makes you more like, okay, we getting the ball, man. You can watch them work.
Devin, is there any pressure? I know we asked you guys last year about the defense and everything. Going to Notre Dame, night game, I mean, is there a different level of pressure for the defense?
Not as much. Not really. Like I said, we all been there. We all played the whole season. We all been in those big-time games, and we know what to expect.
How would you say Coach Harbaugh has evolved as a coach since you've been here?
As a coach?
Yeah. More of a player's coach, does it seem like?
He's always been a player's coach, you know, but he's doing some things different than he was my freshman year.
Anything in particular?
Like we get music during practice. Our freshman sophomore year, we ain't really play music like that during practice.
Kyle Brown said this may be the fastest defense he's been around. Is it? A couple more for Devin. How fast is it?
Fast. Everybody. I mean, when you got your D lineman running 4.5s, everybody fast. So, yeah, it's fast. Everybody fast.
Is that a product of the work with Ben Herbert, or is that just?
I don't know. I think it just happened. I think everybody just so happened to be fast. For real. I don't know.
Are you excited to hit somebody that's not a teammate?
Yeah, I'm tired of going against Ben every practice. I'm tired of hitting everybody that I know and looking at them in the locker room. I'm tired. I want to hit somebody else.
How many times do you estimate? I mean, I'm sure you guys just go up against each other, you know, weeks through camp. I mean, how many times can you even estimate it?
Nah, I can't even count.
How many one-on-one collisions you and Ben have had?
Just too many.
Too many?
Honestly. I'm tired of hitting him.
What are the differences between Josh Ross and Devin Gill?
Josh Ross and Devin Gill, the differences, you said?
Yeah.
I want to say J. Ross. J. Ross has got a heavy head. You know, he a big run stop guy. You know, he got real good in the pass game though. And Devin Gill, he run fit too. He a pass guy more. He more of like a finesse guy. J. Ross is more of a brute. I'm gonna use my force against you. You know.
Mm-hmm. So, have they both done? Because that was a position of question. It seems like they both are where they want to be.
Yeah, they both had a tremendous, you know, camp, and they both grown a lot, you know, from what they was last year. So I'm just happy to see where they at now. I'm very, you know, proud of them.
Ross working at both Mike and Will, that was something you did your freshman year. What sort of advice did you give him? What's the difficulty of doing that?
It's difficult, you know, learning two positions, and, you know, Mike, you have to talk a lot more than you do at Will, and, you know, you have to know a lot more. So him learning Mike and learning Will only make him better, you know, as a player going forward.
What's your leadership style as a captain like? How will
I'm more of like a positive leader, I guess. Like not saying like I'm negative, but like saying as in the fact that I'm always smiling. You know, I'm always a guy with energy. I won't ever be somebody I'm not, or depending on my mood, come out and change. You know, I'm always be the same person. I'm always smiling, always laughing, always want to have a good time. And you know, I'm gonna lead by example. And if I feel like I have to say something, I won't bite my tongue and say it.
Devin, I think you addressed this, talked about taking ownership of the team, players taking ownership of the team. How has Harbaugh dealt with that? How has he changed this offseason and dealt with you guys?
I don't know. I don't really know on that one.
Is he more receptive, more open to things?
He always, that's what I'm saying, like, he always kind of been open.
Okay.
He always listened. So, I mean, he ain't really changed too much.
All right. Thank you for the